the Betway Test Series 1-0. Get your tickets now from Ticket Pro for the New Year's Test at Newlands, a cricket stadium, from the 3rd to the 7th of January 2024. That is going to be an outstanding occasion there. You do not want to miss out. Day 1 and day 2 already sold out. So make sure you get onto Ticket Pros as soon as possible to get your tickets. What is going to be an incredible cricketing event. If you want to follow and post on social media, please use the hashtags Let's Go South Africa, be part of it, and Wazanawe. And really looking forward to that test match coming up. And just today, yesterday, an 80% or more chance of rain. And we're now going to the weather watch with Durant Voorsen.
Yes, so after last night, I've had a look at the weather and it looked a bit grim. They said there's going to be rain at about lunchtime, 12 o'clock. But new developments in the weather. Well, okay, it just changed now from the past 20 minutes. 2 o'clock, it says it's going to rain, but 20 minutes ago it said 4 o'clock. So I've got absolutely no idea what's going on with the weather. It just keeps changing. So I think let's just watch the cricket and let's just hope for the best.
Let's do that. We're gonna keep an eye on the weather. Actual physical weather above it. It's beautiful blue skies at the moment. There is cloud over the mountain. It's quite a high cloud. It's going to be Sean von Berg to open the attack this morning from the Nederburg end, and it is to Eddie Moore. Just plays that defensively back to in the direction of the bowlers. We've got quite an attacking field this morning, Durant. We've got a slip, we've got a man at short gully, we've got a short leg, got a catching mid-wicket, short mid-wicket. That ball turning into the left-handed Moore. You had a chance to look at the pitch earlier on today?
Yes, no, not a lot of deterioration on the pitch, except definitely spin from this side towards the old stables end. You can expect a lot of turn and a lot of purchase from the spin bowlers. Almost precisely like that from Scholdenberg.
Yeah.
And then pace ball from old stables towards the Nederburg end. Very hard, very, very dry as well.
Yeah.
Not a lot of grass coverage anymore. So yeah, no, I think you can expect some bit of life out of the pitch later on.
It's getting a lot of life was Sean von Berg, as this one's played almost pitched like a 9-iron, didn't it, there on the outfield? Went over the heads of the man at mid-on and at mid-wicket, coming around to field that. Just went up so high and then just died in the outfield. 2 runs to Eddie Moore to get the scoring underway this morning for Western Province, having a full go at that one from the ball, just pitching and angling into him from outside the off stump. And he'll want to be careful not to perhaps be too aggressive this morning, but he certainly needs to keep players on. It's on. That one's off the bat, definitely, and goes over the head of Abiwa Mgijima at short leg and off the pad. So umpire Gampu signaling off the pad. Looked to me like it came off the bat, but very difficult to tell.
Yeah, it did seem like it. But I initially thought it was from the pad. So
yeah, so umpire Gampu signaling that was off the pad. So once again, would not have been given out had the catch gone to hand. There were a number of decisions yesterday that the Rocks were, I would say, a little bit concerned about, that maybe they felt were quite contentious. So it's going to be von Berg to continue. And that's played into the leg side off the pad by Linda, and there is no run. So they took 2 and just the single there as well for Moore, and the total's gone to 145 for the loss of 4 after 43 overs. The lead now is 20. Just a reminder again, that lead 125, and the story of the match so far, Western Province batting first for 355 in 84 overs. Contributions down the order, mostly, but no Centurions in that 355. John O'Bird 78, Eddie Moore 44, Daniel Smith 62, and George Linder around 50. Kyle Stimmers also weighed in with a 41 there for Western Province, as they posted 355 at about 4 runs per over. And then the Rocks were rocked back at the end of day one, 10 for 2 at one stage, but they ended on 480, as it was the pair of Mgijima and Peter Malan that managed to take them from 10 for 2 to 204 for 3 in a brilliant partnership of 194, breaking the 3rd wicket record for the Rocks and for Boland in that particular stand, and then losing 3 quick wickets to go to 218 for 5. It was Sean von Berg and Michael Copeland who got together and then set about a 169 partnership for the 7th wicket, breaking the 6 wicket record as well there for Boland as well as for the Rocks. And Eddie Moore has a full go at that one outside the off stump, first up from as we expected, Huddersfield.
Yeah, it was a great delivery from Harders.
It was exactly what he needed to. I mean, Eddie Moore, first ball up from the seamer, having a go when he should have just left that one outside the off stump, one feels.
Yeah, the ball definitely kept low. I don't think Eddie Moore expected it to stay that low. I definitely expected a bit of a bounce from Harders.
So Huddersfield, who's been bowling exceptionally. He's bowled him through the gate. My word, that is a huge wicket for the Rocks first up. And Eddie Moore playing quite forcibly, it must be said, outside the off stump. And that one just straight through the gate and goes through between middle and off stump. And Moore is on his way. He must be desperately disappointed at that. He set his stall to bat long here this morning. And that opens up now the one end with Kyle Simmons now going to be coming into bat. What a great delivery from Huddersfield. It's been by far the pick of the bowlers here for the Rocks, and that's exactly what they wanted. First up this morning, 145 now for 5 Western Province. Just looking at it again, and he comes around the wicket, angles it in, and Moore is actually playing at that one as a. It is pitched up, but he just plays down the wrong line, goes in between bat and pad, angling into the right to the left-hander, and cleans him up. What a great breakthrough for the Rocks this morning.
No, that's phenomenal from Huddersfield, and that ball just kept low, more low than his normal deliveries.
Yeah.
And Eddie Moore will be very disappointed in himself. Western Province definitely didn't want to lose a wicket this early. On day 4.
No, they didn't.
And one can only expect that the floodgates are starting to open up a bit. That's 3 wickets for Huddersfield in this innings, which is just phenomenal bowling considering how he struggled on day 1 with his first spell with the ball.
Yeah, he did most definitely. I mean, he was very expensive first up, but now just taking his 3rd wicket. And so he had bowled 10 overs. 1 maiden, 2 for 26. That's now 10.1 overs, and he's got 3 for 26. 10.2 overs, sorry, 3 for 26. It's just such an incredible delivery. He is so excited. Gives Eddie Moore the send-off there, as Mitlali Mpongwana is now at the crease, just getting his guard from umpire Lubabalo Uma, and takes the full-on middle 2-leg stump. He's got every single position there that he needs to know about. And that is a massive, massive breakthrough. Eddie Moore, 59, is looking to attack Huddersfield this morning when perhaps he should have just been looking to maybe defend the first couple of deliveries, just get his eye in. But he is an aggressive, has been known to be aggressive, playing his natural game. 59 he got, Eddie Moore. It was a good innings from him. Sorry, 61 he got. A very good innings from him. But unfortunately, he has to go.
Yes, and the Rocks tried the hardest yesterday in the evening session to get that wicket of Eddie Moore.
Just managed to
finally
keep his wicket. And now this morning, with the second ball that Huddersfield bowled, he's got that wicket. And in behind it nicely Mpongwana. So it is the 2 all-rounders at the crease now for Western Province. Is George Linder and Popos Mpongwana. Mpongwana, who is played for SAA in the series against West Indies A, and then was part of the South African squad for the ODIs against India. Didn't get a game, but he has certainly shown in the past that he has the ability. Oh, great delivery to bat.
Brilliant.
It was a great delivery, wasn't it? Just outside the off stump. He has to play at that, and it goes straight through to Clyde Fortuin. And their tails are up this morning for the men from Paarl. First wicket falling in the second over of the day. It's exactly what they would have wanted.
That's phenomenal. And yeah, Western Province are starting to panic a bit here. But Mpongwana can do something, yeah. Just hold off the attack from Harris. Oh, it's a big.
He came down
That's
the
cheap.
wickets, and that was a big.
That's courageous.
bouncer. Yeah, it was.
I wouldn't do that with Harris rushing into his crease like that. No.
You were just able to see that one going over his shoulder. Was Mpongwana.
No.
Yeah, he had to sort of change what he was doing. I think Carlos Viljoen saw him coming. He did start his run down the wicket a bit early.
Yes.
Preemptive strike from Mpongwana.
That was just a warning delivery there from Harris almost.
That's
it's a
very
great
nicely
shot.
played. That's gone out through the covers very quickly, and there is nobody out there. Most definitely 4 from Mpongwana to get off the mark. It sounded very nice coming off the bat there. And he just played it away from the body, it must be said, but played it away through the cover region for 4. Just leant into the shot. He's a tall man. Just played it through that extra cover region down to the boundary. So 44 overs gone. 149 for loss of 5. They lead by 24. We'll be updating you during the day, just in terms of any other cricket news happening around the world. One big piece of news for South Africa this morning is that Gerald Coetzee is not going to be available for the test match at Newlands. So a lot of chatter here in and around the press box here at Boland Paarl this morning about what the team will look like for South Africa. It's going to be very interesting to see what the coaching staff and management decide upon in terms of that the combination for Newlands, as Sean van Berg is into George Linder, and that's just tipped up on the leg side, and the man at the leg gully position takes the catch off the pad.
Not a lot. It wasn't a convincing appeal there from
it wasn't,
Rocks players.
No, maybe they're just getting the choir practice going because tomorrow's church, Sunday. So they can
That's true.
Van Berg again, and that does get a bit of purchase and just off the pad and out into the offside. You're going to make it very difficult, Sean van Berg. Can be interesting to see what he does, how he bowls to Mpongwana, if he decides to stay around the wicket to the right-hander. That's just off the bat onto the pad and back to the bowler. Van Berg has been outstanding in just trying to exploit the rough that is outside the left-hander's off stump. And as Durant was telling you earlier on, a lot of dusty patches outside that off stump. That has been cut up quite a bit by the right arm over bowlers from that side. That's very nicely played by George Linder. It's going to go to the man at deep backward point. That is Sia Mahima, and tosses it in. It's just a single, and it is I think that's at the end of the opener. 1 to come from Sean van Berg, and he'll be bowling to Mhlali Mpongwana. Mpongwana taking his guard now from umpire Mazizi Gompu. He's taking 2 leg, and now he's looking at the center there. And so, tall man Mpongwana, got a long reach forward, and they'll be hoping that long reach forward will be the one that will get the edge and take it through to that slip position. There's a slip. There's a very silly mid-off. There's a man at a forward short leg. So we've got Copeland in there, silly mid-off. got Nkajima in at short leg, and there's a man catching also at extra cover. It looks like Glenton Stearman. That's just played defensively down into the ground to Copeland. There is no run. End of the over. 150 up for Western Province then with that single to George Linder, and 150 coming up for Western Province. 150 for 5. That 50 coming up after 44.5 overs. So the last 50 for them coming up in 16.5 overs. Still batting at about 3 runs per over, Western Province. 3.3 the overall run rate for them.
Which is great. Yeah, they started this innings with the average run rate, I think, of 4.1, 4.2.
Yeah.
So it just shows this bowling partnership of Van Berg and Viljoen really constricting the run rate and just getting it as low as possible.
Well,
It's a very defendable run rate at the moment.
it has been Viljoen who's been outstanding. I mean, overnight, 10 overs, 1 maiden, 2 for 26 in, and now he's bowled 11 overs, still the 1 maiden, 3 for 30. It really has been outstanding, as you said. That's down the leg side. That's going to go fine for 4. That might be off the pad, and no, it's not. It's off the bat. So Linder there getting that one just on the pads and managing to get bat onto ball. He moves now to 17 with that boundary, and 154 for the loss of 5. It is for Western Province, and every single run here for them is absolutely precious, as they now made a change to the field. They're bringing in the leg slip, took a man out of slip. They had 2 slips to begin with. So we'll go through the field after this delivery. Another one down the leg side to Linder, and he has a waft at that, taken behind by Fortuin. So there's a slip, a deep backward point. There's a man at extra cover, mid on. There's a short leg, sort of a little bit away from the bat, but a short leg. There's a man at deep square leg. There's a man at long leg and a leg slip. So it's a 5-4 leg side offside field. He plays that nicely down to the man at long leg. That's down there. Glenton Stearman down here. Thank you very much, Durant. And it is just a single. It's going to be the right-hander on strike. So left-hand, right-hand combination here. Not necessarily going to be proving problematic, I should think, for the bowlers, but it does just mean a bit of a change-up after every delivery, or every run, should I say, that's taken.
It's going to be interesting to see Mpongwana now facing Aris Viljoen again. Especially with that, in almost double stepping him.
Yeah, he was giving him the charge in the last over.
I just wonder if that's mind games that's being played there.
Oh, that's into the body. That must have hurt Mpongwana. He just left that one alone, got the hands up very high, though, so he didn't have any issue in terms of them hitting the glove. That must have hurt. He hasn't rubbed anything, so he's just probably saying, "No, I can take it. That's fine."
I don't think he wants to show any kinks in his armor at this stage. Facing Aris Viljoen.
Absolutely right. So Western Province have added 13 this morning for the loss of Eddie Moore's wicket, clean bowled by Aris Viljoen in his previous over, his first of the morning. That's over his head. As he also is moving a little bit down the wicket, just avoiding that one, Mkhlali Mpongwana. He looks intent on taking the attack to the bowler here. Interesting tactics from Mpongwana. He's on 4, just that one boundary, which was beautifully struck through the covers. And there is a man now patrolling that deep cover area. In fact, a deep point, Sia Mahima. And Sia's just doing a little bit of a dance out there and was moving the feet. That's beautifully played out towards the deep cover area, and that man in question, Sia Mahima, is around quickly to pick that up, and it wasn't quite the soft shoe shuffle going around there. He managed to move quickly to his right to collect that delivery, and that is the end of the Huddersfield over. Just I think it was the 5, was it, off that over? It's 156 for loss of 5. They lead by 31 to Western Province, and 5 wickets down. Just a reminder, they were 142 for 4 overnight, and the day here at the moment set fair. Did have the forecast earlier on from Durant in terms of it raining this afternoon potentially, and we were expecting almost a full day of rain when we were chatting earlier on in the week. But fortunately, the rain dance the no rain dance that I did earlier on in the week has certainly helped. And nicely played by Mpongwana. You've seen a lot of Sean von Berg. I mean, this season and even before, I mean, a really seasoned campaigner. He just loves this wicket, doesn't he?
No, he's in love with it. No, really, every time I see him doing any sort of bowling practice on one of these pitches,
Oh, it's very well played by
shot.
Mpongwana. It is going to be fielded by Viljoen. He keeps them down to just the single, but he came forward nicely and stroked that one through the offside for 1.
Now, he always got like this big smile on his face when he when he does any type of bowling practice here on the square, and again because he gets a lot of spin on it, a lot of purchase.
And he just, he just there he's standing there just tossing the ball from hand to hand, spinning it and coming in now. And this is the play.
It's such a Shane Warne-esque the way he just spins the ball into the left hand.
Yeah, he just in his sort of warm up before he comes into bowl, just tossing it in between from his right hand to his left hand. He's in again, and it's like the standard off break. The standard leg break, which is the one that will be going away from the left-hander. Sorry, will be coming into the left-hander. If that probably was the googly then. George Linder going towards that one. Apologies for that. And now we've got the silly point. Okay, now he has moved back a bit. That's silly point in a really, really close catching position, Michael Copeland.
They're really crowding around Mpongwana.
That's very nicely played by Linda down. That's all right, down to the third man region. Mahima comes around from deep backward point, but not before they've gone through for 2. That's 159 for 5. Western Province. And the maths, just if you're wanting to do that yourself, 125 was the deficit. So they're now 34 runs ahead, effectively 34 for 5 in their second innings. And that's very nicely played again by Linda. They're going to take another 2 here, as this one is to the left of Mahima. He just jogs around and picks up left-handed and tosses it in, but not before they're through for 2. It's the end of another Sean von Berg over. It's a 161. That 5 of that over, 161 for 5 after 47. And the alarm bells this morning for Western Province were sounding early as Huddersfield took the wicket of Eddie Moore.
It's interesting to see what Huddersfield is going to do here. Is he going to the same sort of deliveries that he bowled to Moore, or is he going to keep doing what he's doing to Mpongwana?
I think going to be. I think from there he's going to keep trying to mix it up a bit. The surprise delivery, perhaps the one that got Moore, just was angling in from quite wide outside his off stump because he was bowling around the wicket to him. That's nicely played, in fact, down to fine leg, but Stiaan van Zyl here will do the fielding. They go through for just a single. The line of attack, I think, will be to around the wicket clearly to the left-hander and over the wicket to the right-hander. He's going to look to vary the release point here to the left-hander. We'll just keep an eye on that as he's going to be bowling now from the old stables end towards us.
Another good delivery from him. Attacking the batters, I would say, almost not targeting the body, but making them feel uncomfortable in the crease.
That one really was good delivery,
Mm.
short of a length, coming up into the body. Yesterday, getting the wicket of John O'Bird, he really worked John O'Bird over, and Bird eventually gloving it down the leg side to Clyde Fontaine. It was an outstanding piece of bowling, though, from Huddersfield.
Oof.
So as you see there, Durant, what he did there was he came much closer to the crease in terms of his delivery point. So what he is doing is he's varying from where he's delivering the ball. The one that got Eddie Moore, he bowled from much wider of the
Mm.
crease, and then it came through the gate and bowled Eddie Moore playing an offensive shot. Uh, uh, I mean that sounds offensive in the point of view that he was attacking the attacking, not that it was
Offense.
not that it was yeah uh, that we were offended by the shot. Yeah, just good bowling from
Mm.
Fillion, mixing it up.
I like this field placement from the rocks at the moment.
Yeah, they've got an
Yeah,
interesting
just
field.
trying to, yeah, with Schonderberg in the slip almost. It it doesn't seem like Hannes is gonna go for the edge. Maybe with that delivery.
That's well played
Mm.
by Linda. That one from a much wider angle, angling into him by Huddersfield, just plays it out into the covers. The man at a deep point comes around to field. That's Stian van Sale. And they take another two, 164 for 5. Western Province leading by 39. Yeah, what he's trying to do here, the slip may come into play for the one that he's delivering from closer to the stumps, but he does have a big gap. So what he is inviting George Linder to do is actually have a go at it outside the off stump with a square drive. He's in again, this one much closer, and that's exactly what he does.
Oh,
And
brilliant.
exactly the wicket's taken now, and that is very good bowling from Huddersfield. And it's Durant, of course, and he's just fallen off his chair next to me. But that was
It's
fantastic stuff from Huddersfield. And just take us through that delivery.
it's a yeah. I just said it doesn't look like he's gonna go for the edge here. So and he got it. So what do I know? No, brilliant delivery there from Arnes. And he's on 4 at the moment for this inning, so he's definitely looking down the barrel at a fiver, a Michelle, like you said yesterday. Yeah, so it's 164 for 6. This is definitely the rocks now. I can't see how Western Province is going to turn this match around into their favor. Hopefully through their bowling attack, but no, it was brilliant.
Outstanding stuff from Huddersfield this morning. And as we were explaining to you,
Oh,
just varying his release point
mm,
incredibly as he was coming around the wicket to the left-hander. And it was George Linder who was looking to play that ball on a square drive, as we were talking about, to play it through the covers to get perhaps a boundary. Went at it quite hard, and it was a very good slip catch taken by Sean von Berg at what is like a second slip position. We've got a thickish edge onto that in the regulations slip catch to Sean von Berg, and it is Western Province now at the end of that Huddersfield over, sitting at 164 for the loss of 6 as the number 8 for Western Province, Carl Simmons, comes out to bat. Simmons, who has been in good form with the bat this season so far, but it's going to take something exceptional from this pair to rescue the situation here for Western Province. They've got a lead of 39 only on the second innings, and at this stage, this game looks like it is going to be the Rocks that are going to be in the driving and winning seat. But this is a strange game, cricket. I remember saying yesterday at 218 for 5, just one more wicket, or the day before, sorry, 218 for 5, one more wicket, and it will be difficult for the Rocks to get a good total, and that one wicket only fell 169 runs later. So it is certainly it's a funny old game. Mpongwana to face now up to Sean von Berg. That attacking field, unsurprisingly.
Ooh, good delivery there from Sean. Getting a lot of spin, a lot of swing on that ball. Turn, excuse me.
Is certainly getting a significant amount of turn, especially from outside the right-hander's leg stump. That one much straighter outside the line of off stump, turning away from the right-hander. He's able to play it out to deep point. That is Stiaan van Zyl. They take the single, 165 for 6. It's going to be Carl Simmons facing Von Berg for the first time, and he's going to be experiencing a baptism by turn here from outside the off stump.
It does seem like the umpire and Sean is now on good terms. Not yet speaking terms, but there hasn't been a stare down yet after the drama of yesterday evening.
A number of decisions not going the way of the Rocks yesterday, and much teapotting and a few stares down of umpire Gampu from this side. So far this morning, no contentious decisions.
That
Oh my
really,
word, that was very well bowled.
wow.
And he went for the shot outside the off stump to the one angling in to him. So that's the standard leg break. He didn't get as much, or got more turn than Simmons expected. Just plays outside the line of that one by Von Berg. In again, away from us here at the Niederberg end. Once again, this time going back to try and play against the spin into the offside. The reason he's doing that is because there's a massive gap at cover on the offside. So runs are to be had if you get it past the man at silly mid-off. The risk associated with that is you could get an inside edge onto your stumps or even into the gloves of wicketkeeper Fortuin. And that one, once again, he plays almost an identical shot. And it beats the inside half of the bat. Nearly bowled him, that one.
No, yeah, I can't see Peter Malan taking Von Berg out of the bowling attack here. I definitely want to see Sia bowling a bit today, but Von Berg is really doing his job here like that.
He bowled him. I think
It's got him.
LBW, sorry.
LBW.
It's LBW, and that's not surprising. He was right back on his stumps, was Carl Simmons. He's been trying to play the ball against the spin every single ball this over, and he pays the price for doing that, going back, trying to play the ball against the spin, and that just cannons into his back pad in front of middle and leg, and no doubt in umpire Mazizi Gampu's mind that that is going to hit the stumps, and he gives them out. Western Province are falling quickly here. Carl Simmons goes without scoring, 165 for the loss of 7 now, as Western Province are heading to what looks towards a quite a substantial defeat here against the Rocks. And really has been an outstanding performance this morning with the ball by the Rocks. 3 wickets have fallen since they started play at 142 for 4. And the first half an hour of play that we've had has been absolutely incredible. And we'll take it through to the end of this over. And then we're going to have a commentary change. We're going to Lauren is going to be joining me here. Lauren Jacobs Beekman is going to be coming in, and we'll be saying just for the moment a temporary goodbye to Rand Hussen. Let's do that now as the wicket's fallen, and it will be Lauren coming in to join me here, and we're talking about the action that has happened this morning here at Boland Park, and action that it has been, and all really in the favor of the home team, the Gbets Rocks. Been a fantastic morning for them so far. 3 wickets have fallen, 1 to Von Berg and 2 to Huddersfield. And welcome, Lauren.
Hi, James. I think we're just going to have to pick Durant up off the floor. He's just going to stay there at the moment.
It's is that same Huddersfield in to Mthwali Mpongwana, and Björn Hendricks has come out to join him now. with that loss of Kyle Simmons. And I must say, I was quite surprised at how Kyle Simmons was actually playing against Sean van Berg.
Yeah.
Sort of going back, trying to play the ball out through the cover region with the ball that was actually spinning towards him significantly, and van Berg getting the reward against his man there with that LBW decision off the last ball of the over. And that's played off the outside edge of the bat. It's going to come down to the boundary here at third for a 4, just
Much
to the
needed
right.
for that,
It was
for
a
the
much
Western
needed
Province.
4. Yeah, just off the edge. It wasn't by any means a controlled shot.
No. Much needed though, and probably just easing the emotions right now. But still, you have to believe and support each team. You know, the play is incredible today. The Rocks are doing an incredible job. They're looking so alive, so on fire, and ready to almost wrap it up. You know, going, yes, we want to get this thing.
They certainly want to
Yeah.
get this done before any thought of weather intervening, and we
Yeah.
don't think it's going to happen until this afternoon, as that one's off the pad. Scorers just umpire just waiting for the scorers to acknowledge that off the pad of Mhlali and Pongwana down to fine leg for a single, and that takes the score to 170. The lead is just 45 for Western Province. Every single run now for them is critically important, and every time, 3 wickets only left in the bank. These two are probably the last two from a recognized sort of opportunity to bat well. Björn Hendricks has been in reasonably good form with the bat. I did say that in the first innings, and he got out first ball, so I better not say that
Don't
again.
say anything.
But it has been in a good form with the bat, and he will be hoping that he will be able to take Western Province through to a total which they may feel they can at least try and defend against. So Hendricks on 4 and Pongwana on 8, and it is, I think that is actually correct. We'll just wait for the scorecard here, and it will be Viljoen once again to bowl from the old stables end to Björn Hendricks, the captain of Western Province. Towards us now from the old stables end. How does Viljoen? Oh, down the leg side again, but a good stop from Clyde Fortuin. I don't think it's going to get to the boundary. They'll come through for 2, and that probably also off the pad. It was indeed. Oh, buys. In fact, it didn't hit anything. So going down the leg side from his around the wicket line, and
It was a good save by Searman on the boundary here, because that ball was going quite fast, and he was running though like chariots of fire. So I think he was ready to make that stop. He came from quite far.
and it's Viljoen again. He varying where he's delivering this ball from outside the off stump, played down into the ground back to the bowler. So how he set George Linder up as well there, and Eddie Moore for that matter, was absolutely brilliant by Hardus Viljoen. Changing his angle after almost every delivery. He was bowling from a different release point. So he was bowling from wider of the crease, then he came closer to the umpire. And the one that he got him was just holding its line outside the off stump. He bowled that from much closer to the umpire, held its line. George had a full go to try and get the boundary through the offside, and wasn't able to do that. And once again, excellent work by Clyde Fortuin down the leg side that goes over Björn Hendricks' head. End of the over. That is 50 gone, and it's 172 for the loss of 7. So 30 runs added this morning for the loss of 3 wickets, Western Province. Not at all what they would have wanted.
Yeah.
Not definitely not the start, Lauren, that they were looking for, Western Province.
No, and I'm thinking as well, what from this point on, with the loss of 7 wickets, what would they be looking to put on this board right now? What would they, realistically speaking, how much do they think they can defend, from here on out? What's the score that they would want to be putting on the board? I mean, obviously they,
300 probably.
yeah, I was
Not
going
gonna
to
be able
say
to get, possibly not going to
300.
get there.
But I think that was a lot to be learned from how the Rocks went about their innings yesterday.
Yeah, I agree with you
You
on
know,
that one.
there was a patience that they had, and there was a lot of balls that they just, you know, could tap away. They weren't as aggressive as we see in the Western Province players as they've come out today, which is not a problem if that's your natural game and your natural style. But I think the Rocks went about it in a very precise, patient manner yesterday.
Oh, the Rocks here looking at their first win of the season in the 4-day competition. That's played nicely by Mpongwana out into the wide mid-off region and fielded by Viljoen. And he's been the standout bowler here for his team this morning. He's taken 4 wickets for 43 as Gerhardus Viljoen, or better known as Hardus but it's the G standing for Gerhardus. So it is going to be Sean von Berg, and the S does stand for Sean in his name. Away from us now, and Hendricks just trying to get forward and play that one just straight back to the bowler, not trying to play it against the spin necessarily. Mhlali Mpongwana is coming down to have a word with him. So, I mean, realistically, Lauren, the 2 batters out there will just be taking it probably 10 runs at a time. They won't really be looking at the scoreboard.
Yeah.
The important thing is to survive and accumulate runs. They just want to bat as long as possible.
Yeah.
And then they'll reassess once they get that's nicely played. It's up in the air and it is out.
It is out.
And that is Björn Hendricks just chipping it to the man at short mid-wicket, and Glenton Stearman, I think it is there at short mid-wicket, takes the catch, jumping up. He's tried to be aggressive, but has not succeeded, and Björn Hendricks goes without troubling the scorers, and that's a pair for him in this innings. He doesn't seem very happy at all, perhaps with the response from the Rocks there. He having a bit of a word as he leaves the field.
And as you said earlier, probably 5 minutes ago, which you shouldn't have said,
Yeah.
he was doing well with the bats and he was doing okay, but
You see, when I say that, it's supposed to mean that he does well, because I'm not actually saying that he's done well. I'm saying I shouldn't be saying that he's done well. Yeah, it happens.
it happens.
Absolutely.
And I do feel though the Western Province had come out with some intent and wanting to play, you know.
You have to question though whether those are the right tactics under the circumstances.
Exactly.
You know, the game, a draw for them would have been, and it doesn't look like they're going to draw this match now, but a draw for them would have been a fair result. I mean, based on how the match has progressed so far, and that probably would have required just getting your eye in on the pitch once again in the morning. And we know this, what we've seen from this pitch so far, and what we've seen from the batters that have succeeded, is that they have a very tentative start. They don't go for it quick. They don't go for it up front. They wait. They see what the conditions are like, and the conditions this morning will be different to what they've experienced on other days. And they've gone out there with the intent to attack. They've gone out with that attacking approach, and it hasn't worked for them.
Yeah.
It isn't what's worked throughout necessarily the entire match. It isn't what the Rocks did.
Yeah.
The Rocks accumulated their 480 at 3 runs and over. There was no need to hurry this morning. What they wanted to do essentially was to get themselves in and then assess what was happening. And that hasn't happened.
Yeah.
The Rocks have given them the opportunity to score. They've tried to score and they've got themselves out. Don't take anything away from the Rocks. They've managed this situation incredibly well.
They have. And there was, like I said, much to be learned from their innings yesterday, the way they paced themselves. And just like you said, 3 runs per over, you didn't need to be going for it. But this is where we are right now. So.
Absolutely. Dane Patterson in at bat to Sean von Berg, and that's a beautiful delivery. Just gets the inside half of the bat that could so easily have bowled him going down to fine leg, and they'll take the single. 175 for 8. It is now, also 174 for 8 it is. and the wicket of Bjorn Hendricks early in, on the fourth ball of that over. 174 for 8. They only lead by 49 at Western Province, and unless something happens here between this pair, Pongwana and Patterson, and Nabe, who is to come, Western Province looks like they will not be setting a large total for the Rocks to win this game. Interesting field position. We'll go through that now. So there's a man at a very short, there was a man at a very short mid-off, and then there was a man standing not far from him at a shortish extra cover. And very interesting positions there to try and catch Mpogwana perhaps on the drive. And he didn't oblige, came forward and defended. And it's going to be Hardus Viljoen. Unsurprisingly, I think he'll bowl his heart out here.
Absolutely.
To get perhaps the fifer. Has been an outstanding bowling performance from him. So he did bowl in, he was selected for the SAA team earlier on. His teammate there in the SAA team, Dame Patterson, will be facing him now.
Yeah.
And there is no fast bowlers union anymore. He's not going to give him any juicy half volleys outside the off stump, I don't think. We shall see. Dame Patterson, not known to be anybody who you don't die wondering with Dame Patterson in terms of how he's going to bat. But you never know. You absolutely never know. Cricket is a funny game.
I was thinking the exact same thing. Oh.
Oh my word, that was
Oh.
very, I think he would have been run out there.
Definitely.
If
would
that
be
had
run out. If that had hit, just missing those stumps, but if that had hit, he was a bit far down the crease there.
Well, my word, so just
He was saved.
yeah, he was.
Absolutely saved.
Oh my goodness, I'm not quite sure what they had for breakfast this morning. Western Province. Yeah, he was gone. His bat was in the air as that ball went past the stumps, but fortunately for him, didn't hit the stumps. Very, very, that was quite an eventful delivery. I mean, hitting the pad, going past the stumps when they thought maybe it would have been bowled, and then going going wide, going down the wicket. Oh my goodness. Yeah, good bouncer from Viljoen, perhaps not directed enough into the body of Patterson. He just taking a bit of time to set himself. I think he would have been sitting in the dressing room not thinking he was going to be batting before lunch today.
Just started that new book that he got for Christmas and just thinking, this is going to be at least another 50 overs, so I might as well enjoy myself. I mean, we saw that yesterday. Some of the Rocks batters were in for 4 hours,
Yeah.
So.
Oh, nicely played
Wonderful.
down wide of the man at this third position. That is Janaman Malan. He's in quickly to field, and they take a single. So Dane Patterson off the mark with a single, 175 for 8. The lead 50 now for Western Province. That the big thing though is they're 8 wickets down. They have lost 4 wickets this morning in the first hour of play. In fact, first 50 minutes of play for the loss, and only added another 33 runs. It has been all the Rocks this morning. Down the legs, and once again, well taken by Clyde Fortuyn.
Yeah.
And Pongwana giving the charge to Viljoen again. He's been quite brave in doing that. He's got an idea in his mind, I think, what he wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be, well, I don't think there's any point in him necessarily being massively circumspect. He's trying to put the bowler off his, out of his rhythm, out of his line and length. It is an interesting tactic, though. Let's see if it pays off for him. He is the last recognized batter in the Western Province lineup. So, 1 ball left in the over from Hardus Viljoen. And the other aspect here is the scoreboard also it didn't look like it had breakfast at all this morning. It is struggling. So we only have the score on the right-hand side. We have no other statistics. I'm trying to assist with this for you from our scorecards. Beautifully played. It goes through Stearman at extra cover. They're going to come back for 2 as it's chased by Peter Milan down to the deep and wide mid-off boundary. and he gets through for the 2, and it's
177 for 8 after 51 overs.
last ball of this over now coming up from Gerardus Viljoen. He's going to be bowling to Mthwali Mpongwana. He's on 15.
Oh,
Way over his head. Let him signal wide. He'll have to bowl that one again.
yeah.
Another extra to the innings for Western Province. And they will be happy to have
about
any
that,
run,
yeah,
I think, at the moment.
definitely.
So the Western Province scorecard, as we look at it of late, not looking that happy at all. Two ducks, one for Simmons and one for Hendricks, batters who've been in really good form this morning. Oh, he plays that one down to the ground. Could so easily have gone onto his stumps. It doesn't. He survives, does Mthwali Mpongwana, and Western Province 178 for the loss of 8 after 52 overs. What a morning's play so far, Lauren.
Definitely, lots of action. Very exciting. Very tentative. Feeling on your edge of your seat stuff. This. What's going to happen? How's it gonna go? But you can also feel that there's intention here from the rocks. That's what you feel. Even in the commentary, up in the box, you're feeling there's a. And it's amazing because 4 days of play, so you've been putting a lot out there. Of course, like we keep saying, Western Province were in the field for a long, long time. Hot and sweaty.
It was
But,
tough out there
it
for
was
them,
tough.
and you can see that that had a massive role to play in the fact that 125 deficit, the 142 for 4 overnight, and then this morning losing the wicket of Eddie Moore to Gerardus Viljoen's second delivery of the day just meant that gave the opportunity for the floodgates to open. You just sense Eddie Moore was the key for them this morning.
Yeah.
And with his early loss, it did mean that they were, unfortunately for Western Province, it opened the floodgates, losing Linda, Simmons, and Hendricks in very quick succession this morning to put the Rocks right on top in this game. Only a lead of 53 for Western Province, and only 2 wickets remaining in their second innings.
Oh, that was a real practice for Strictly Come Dancing.
It was definitely
Dancing eyes or
Oh
something.
my word, that's so funny from Dame Patterson.
I love that. It could be a meme,
Could definitely be a meme.
Some sort of.
Forward nicely, just defending into the man at very silly mid-off. It's that position that Valentine Kitime was in for a lot of the Western Province innings. It's Michael Copeland in there now. Got to ask, what do their captains have against these youngsters?
What do they have against these youngsters?
Putting them in at that position, it's like really.
We said it
really
yesterday.
tough. Yeah.
Maybe it's because when you're young, you don't have any fear. You're kind of more fearless. It's when you get older, it's that sense of responsibility kicks in, and you're trying to protect parts of yourself that you feel is necessary to continue.
Definitely. In fact, I think try and protect any part of you that might get hit by a cricket ball. Bit shorter from Von Berger, just played down into the stumps at the bowler's end of another over from Von Berg, and that one, I think, just the single off it. In fact, it was a maiden over. I do apologize. Maiden over to Sean Von Berg, and he's bowled now 22 overs, 3 for 69, and at the other end this morning, as we were chatting before the start of play, in fact, Lauren, with cameraman Scott and with the scorer Fred, and we were chatting about what was potentially going to happen. And
did it play out the way you thought?
Well, it did in terms of the opening bowlers bowling attack. So we felt the best thing would be to be having pace and Viljoen from the old stables end, Von Berg definitely from the Niederberg end. And that is how it played out as we looking there, having a look at the Western Province. We're having a look at the Western Province dressing room, and they're not looking particularly happy at the moment, which is understandable. They're only at Ntua and Nabe to come in. And yeah, we were saying you open with the bowlers that have done the best for you over
Yeah.
the period of this match so far, and that's exactly what's happened. That's played in the air, but it's wide of the man at short, extra cover by Mpongwana, and hands on head from that man at short extra cover. I think that is Glenton Stearman. Still got his hands on his head, and he's not actually, I think, trying to just hold his floppy hat down. I think that is because he was thinking catch could have been coming to him. And Mpongwana moves to 16 with that shot through the offside. Trying to be aggressive against Huddersfield, maybe trying to knock him off his length. Interesting to see how Dane Patterson deals with his fast bowling partner, if you could say, from the other end.
What I noticed is they have the same sort of stance. They both have quite a presence when they bowl, swagger and so it's quite interesting to watch them against each other like this.
Yeah, very experienced bowlers, both of them.
Yeah.
He does have a bit of a wave outside the off stump, just nod of a head.
It's a nod of the head.
From Dane Patterson.
Well done.
Yeah, appreciative of that delivery. And he knows that he should have done what he just did in his practice, was just leave it alone.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he's practicing now. Perhaps not quite that sort of helicopter type of leave that he practiced in the previous over against Sean van Berg. Is happening out there. Leads only 54 for Western Province. Plays it into the offside. There's no run as Stearman is round quickly from extra cover. Fields. There's now 2 slips in place for Dane Patterson. The man at point, extra cover, mid-off, mid-on, mid-wicket, man at short leg. A little bit deepish there, just for the one that pops up off the body and glove, and a man down here at long leg, Stiaan van Zyl, in his 200th match. And he will presumably get a chance to bat later on when the Rocks come out to chase this. That hits the pads going well down the leg side and through to second slip, and there is no run. So we do hope we'll see him again batting, even if it is for a short time in his 200th first-class match. He just needs 12 runs to get to 12,500 runs in first-class cricket. Stiaan van Zyl. Be nice for him to get those in his 200th game. It is indeed incredible. A man who's played cricket here for a long time, played a lot of county cricket over in England. Another one angling into the pads, but way down the leg side. That looked like it hurt a bit.
Yeah.
Just hobbling away to the leg side of the
Doesn't
stumps.
look very comfortable.
No, that hurt. That hit him, I think, just under the knee roll.
Oh no. Definitely practicing for something.
I think so. I think he definitely is doing that audition for Strictly Come Dancing, Dane Patterson. Just taking some time to stretch the leg a bit and the knee. Took a bit of a pummeling there. That's nicely played into the cover. It's missed by Stearman in that extra cover position. They go through for 2 as Ashel Klutter fields it out in the deep. Nicely through to the stumps. That's well taken by Janeman Malan, deputizing there for Clyde Fortuin, who had gone back to retrieve the helmet. And so 2 to Patterson, scores 181 for 8. He is on 4. Mpongwana's on 16. And partnership here, 8 for the 9th wicket. And they're going to have to put a 0 behind that 8. One feels if Western Province are going to stand any chance of doing anything in this game.
One just feels that there was an award for flexibility. Dane Patterson would definitely be getting it today. He's really showing, really stretching it out and giving us some entertainment here this morning. We'd love to see it.
He is giving us some entertainment. I see that Sean van Berg was also exchanging some floppy hat frisbee as well earlier on. I think with Glenton Stearman. It's looking very good there. In to Mhlali Mpongwana now. It's a good delivery outside the line of the off stump, just turning away. And you can see from this side, he's not getting as much turn off the wicket. It's landing in the hard patch on the wicket. Mpongwana just has to be careful about that googly that he bowls. Let's see if he bowls it now. That is the googly, and he
Mhm.
has hit it, and he's hit it well,
Oh,
and he's hit it in the air. It's going to land 1 bounce, 2 bounces, 4, and it wasn't picked up as quickly, I think, as Peter Manlan would have liked in front of us here. And Ponguana, though, taking on the spin of Sean von Berg, and he plays that very nicely right down in front of us, a straightish mid-on down to the boundary for 4. Long on had no real hope there. He was very wide at that long on position. And he might have also lost it in the air a bit there, Peter Milan. He wasn't
yeah.
quick coming around. Precious 4 for Western Province. They're 60 ahead. And he has another go.
Oh,
It's over the head of the man. Extra cover. It's going to go down to the extra cover
Is it
boundary
gonna
for
go-
4. And another boundary for Mtlali Mpongwana off Sean von Berg. And he's following the adage, attack is the best form of defense here. 189 for 8, Western Province now. 24 to Mpongwana, the partnership 16 between these two, and the majority coming off the bat of Mtlali Mpongwana. And about 5 minutes to go until the drinks interval, and then I will be moving out for a little while, and it will be Durant to join Lauren. Tries to play that one wide-ish outside the off stump. I think he was hoping he might come down the wicket there, Sean von Berg. Just a bit of a hobble there from Sean von Berg as he's walking back. As he's lifting that left leg of his, maybe the knee, something.
yesterday,
Yeah.
didn't he get quite a nasty, if I remember correctly, got quite a nasty ball yesterday. But
Right.
I'm not
He
sure.
hit him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he did. He did definitely. I mean, it could be the after effects of that.
It's time for, certain things like,
Yeah, that was.
that was a bit nasty.
was a
Maybe
bit
he's
nice.
recuperating.
Could be. They go through quickly for the single. Siamahima picks up at backward point. There is the single, and it's a 1 ball to come in the over. Ponguana giving strike to Dane Patterson just for the 1 ball of this Sean von Berg over. And the man is actually staying a bit deeper there at this shortish extra cover position. We've got that interesting position again. It's sort of a short extra cover and a very short extra cover, and then a short extra cover. Von Berg and just slowly into Patterson, and slow turn off the pitch. Just plays it out into the offside, and there is no run. It's the end of the over. Sean's von Berg's 23rd over. He's taken 3 for 78. It is Mpongwana on 25 of 28 deliveries. Dane Patterson 4 of 16 deliveries. And we will have probably 1 more over before the drinks break. That over, no doubt, will be bowled by Hardus-Viljoen. He is looking for his 5th wicket. Hardus-Viljoen overnight. His figures 10 overs, 1 maiden, 2 for 26. And he's now bowled 6 overs on the trot this morning. He's taken 2 more wickets for 24 runs this morning. His analysis now 16 overs, 1 maiden, and 4 for 50. It's been an outstanding effort from the big man.
Not the young man anymore. It's
No, he's the big man
the
now.
big man
Big man.
today.
He's the senior man.
The
The
senior
big man.
Someone to look up to in every aspect.
Absolutely, absolutely. He certainly would be towering over me, that's for sure. Tall man, very strongly built, very strong shoulders, and
if there's any woman on listening here, they ask him tell them more, James. Athletic, strong-built, tall man.
There we go. There we are. It's beautifully played by Mpongwana. He's not going to take the run though. It's down deep to Ashel Klutter, trying to protect Dane Patterson here. And I know Dane Patterson was sort of playing at the ones outside the off stump, but you wonder about the tactic here.
Yeah.
I mean, every single run they can get, the lead at the moment 65, and that is just not going to be anywhere near enough. No, well, maybe these tactics will pay off for Mtlali Mpongwana. They do want him to take the run. They've taken a slip out now and put him into extra cover. Coming down the wicket again to Hardus-Viljoen. Viljoen fielding on his follow through, picking up quickly and acting as if he was then going to throw the wickets down at Mpongwana's end. He's bowling from the old stables end. It is an absolutely beautiful sight here this morning.
It is a beautiful sight, and we always say, please come down. There's some beautiful shaded trees, stands, and it's less warm than it was yesterday.
It is indeed. Beautiful day to be watching cricket. That's wide outside the off stump, and he has a go at that, doesn't Mpongwana? But played actually outside the line of that one, and there is no run. But it's beautiful, Lauren. I know yesterday, your first day here at the ground, we were certainly impressed by what you've seen.
Yes, definitely, absolutely. It is a beautiful ground, and it's just different, you know. Every ground has its own sense of atmosphere, its own sense of self, you know. So I think that Boland Park definitely has something. And when you drive down to Boland Park,
Nice to play straight to short extra cover. Glenn Stearman does the fielding. There is no run.
the second time, then the drive doesn't seem that long.
Yeah.
60 kilometers, I think, from Cape Town, isn't it? Down to
Yeah, it's about 60 k's from the centre of Cape Town.
yeah.
For me today from Somerset West, just over 50 kilometers.
Okay.
So it is sort of equidistant almost from those sort of two well-known areas, so the Strand, Somerset West area up here to Paarl, and then from the centre of Cape Town. Great delivery. I think that's angling down the leg side from Viljoen. Big appeal from the bowler, not perhaps so much from behind the stumps, but the choir is warming up.
And
definitely.
and how does Viljoen giving the stare back? Giving the stare.
Yeah, Matwali Mpongwana been advancing down the crease to the big fast bowler, and he doesn't like that, I don't think.
No.
Viljoen. He doesn't like being given the charge. He will be very happy if he can get this wicket. That's very nicely played into the ground by Mpongwana down to the man at backward point. I think that is
Time for drinks.
going to be time for drinks. Yes, it was through to Asia Clear. It's time for drinks on day 4 here at Boland Park, and the story of the morning is that it belongs so far to the Gbets Rocks. Outstanding bowling from both Sean von Berg and Huddersfield, and they've taken 4 Western Province wickets in the first hour and 5 minutes, for the addition of 48 runs. Western Province only lead in the second innings by 65 runs, and that at the moment it does not look like it's going to be enough for them to defend in the final innings. So the Rocks are in pole position to take the win here in Paarl, and we are going to say goodbye for the moment, and we'll be back after the drinks break in about 1 or 2 minutes. Thanks. So, with less than a month away, the future stars of cricket will be debuting on the world stage in the ICC Under-19 Men's Cricket World Cup starting on the 19th of January 2024. South Africa will be hosting this world-class tournament across 5 cities: Potchefstroom, Benoni, Bloemfontein, East London and Kimberley. Entry to the grounds will be free for all these matches. Please come along and witness the future of cricket. Just a reminder, this broadcast brought to you by Cricket South Africa on their YouTube channel, visuals courtesy of Pitch Vision together with the production, and this commentary sponsored by Cape Fox Productions. Please go to our YouTube pages and have a look. We would really like to get your comments and Pitch Vision, as we say as well, on their YouTube page and their websites, all the cricket scores and all the action all the time.
Hello, Durant. Nice to be with you.
Hello, Lauren.
You
How's
picked
it?
yourself up off the floor yet? You still lying in joy?
No, it's been absolutely great cricket. Well, from the rock side, of course.
Yeah.
I don't think Western Province will
Necessarily agree with you.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very nice to see Siamima having a turn with the ball. I did talk to James earlier, and we speculated if Peter Malan is going to give Sia a chance here. So it's very nice to see him.
Mm.
Another good shot there.
Oh, slight bit of confusion
Yeah.
there. Maybe watching
A
the
lack
ball.
of communication,
Yeah.
I would imagine. So yeah, Sia yet to get a wicket in this innings. However, very economical. This is his 6th over. He's bowled, only 21 runs conceded.
Mm. Seems like he's well on his way with this over as well.
Of course, yeah, Huddersfield, I think, is very anxious to get back into the bowling attack.
You can see it. He's standing almost right in front of us, waiting.
And here's Sia again. Oh, just another good delivery. And yeah, that's the end of the over. It's 190 for 8.
And that was a maiden over by him. So
was a
he's,
maiden.
like you said, he's been very economical.
It's been very good for the Rocks in this match, especially in the previous match against the Dolphins here at Boland Park, taking 10 wickets in that match.
Wow.
4 in the first innings and then 5. Yeah, 4 in the first innings and 6 in the last innings.
Was he player of the match? Surely must
Yeah, I
he
think
be.
he was. Yeah,
Absolutely.
unfortunately, it was a draw that match. They shook hands after tea time.
Okay.
So, but no, it was. I do believe he was player of the match. 'Cause I can't think of anyone else.
Can't think of anyone else that's taken 10 wickets.
It's 6 in the second innings. It's unbelievable.
Incredible.
So here's Huddersfield now. This is going to be interesting for him. He really needs a fiver. We would like it.
He's really shining at that ball, Kenneth. He's really shining. Bumblebee style.
I think that Kookaburra is still on that right side of the ball there.
Oh.
Just great delivery from him. I really wish we had a speed gun here. I wanted to see what that speed was on that.
Absolutely.
'Cause that was very, very fast.
It was very fast.
I don't think my car can drive that fast.
You got to drive in a Spark, okay? A little school
A
Unos.
Suzuki. Yeah, 120, the steering wheel starts to vibrate. Yes, Huddersfield again.
Oh,
That's a big shot straight over Siamima's head.
shots
Go
of catch,
over.
but nope,
Ah,
there was nowhere near. But
So-
again, that slow. I
Yes,
thought they were
very
talking about
slow.
yesterday.
This seems like this the outfield of day 1, and then of course they had the cut
Mm.
on day 2. Yeah, it's also a big talking point. The consent,
Like
contentious.
controversial, yeah.
Yes, thank you. My brain just didn't want to work there for a moment. But yeah, they didn't have a cut yesterday or today. It's another good shot there, but won't find the gap. Only going to be a single there, 193 for 8.
So it wasn't. So it was cut on day 1.
No, it was
It
not.
wasn't cut.
And then day 2,
Cut it.
yes, and then it was lightning fast.
Wow. So they haven't done that now again. So we are seeing
Not yesterday or today. So
this ball almost coming to almost a dead stop, not even reaching the boundary line sometimes. Would be nice if they had cut it, hey? Wouldn't it be nice to
yeah,
see
it's
some more electricity in the ball?
yeah. I'm trying to figure out why that was the case on day 2 and why they didn't continue
Mm.
with that. Oh, well then!
Oh,
Adesoyun with his fiver.
there we go.
Brilliant stuff. What a delivery from him. What a talent.
It just the bails just the top one just spun right off and it happened so fast.
It happened.
It happened so quickly.
Yeah, he definitely rattled the furniture there.
He did. But you can I'll hold the fort if you want to fall off the chair. We're
No,
ready. We're ready.
No, it was yeah, but that ball went low.
That was very classy and dismissed Dane Patterson.
Yes, that ball kept very, very low. Oh, not well, low for others. If I need to correct myself.
Dane Patterson walking off there
Wow.
feeling like he wanted to do more.
That was
Got his
very good.
fiver. Got his
Brilliant
fiver.
stuff.
Maybe he's aiming for a 6. Yeah, maybe he's aiming for he's gonna get the next one.
He definitely deserves this because he was struggling in the first session on day 1. A very expensive couple of overs from him, and I think he only had a short while with the ball in hand, and then Peter Milan changed the bowling attack. So yeah, this has been absolutely phenomenal from him in the second innings.
But that's the mark of a great cricket player. It's looking at your deliveries and being able to bounce back, excuse the pun, but being able to bounce back and change, between the innings. And now he can pull this out, we know how good he is, but let's see what he does.
They're just getting the fielding placements ready here. I would expect a scream of a ball here. And he's just got to attack those stumps.
Absolutely.
Yes, Adesoyun. Oh, dead fall. Ah, okay. Just Glenn Seaman that isn't in position yet.
Taking his time to get to the boundary rope. Okay, set up.
Oh,
Oh,
another good delivery there. It's been all rocks
yeah.
since I think day 2
No,
almost.
no one can deny that reality. But you can just feel that they want this win, you can feel it,
Yeah,
and they're going for it.
they're very desperate for a win, really. Yet to have a W next to their name in the 4-day series of 23-24. And especially to do it, no, good delivery, especially to do it against your arch rival in the Cape Derby. It's
Yeah.
very important for them. It's bragging rights.
And that's what I was going to say, taking this win away, what's the celebration going to be like? It's going to be quite a celebration. Like I said, bragging rights, but also just adding a little bit more confidence. You don't always want to be seeing that owl next to your name.
No, and I think the Rocks, unfortunately, throughout the season, I've been seeing a few of them. So this is going to be very good for their mentality heading into the new year.
Yeah.
And of course, this is the last match for quite a while. I think the next one is only at the end of February. So
Yeah.
a much deserved break for all of these players with the Betway SA20 now coming up.
Yeah.
But to head into, I think it's the Dragons that's next to the Rocks.
Some interesting stretches going on the field here today.
Yes.
The yoga poses. Oh, that was a really, really good ball. I mean,
I just wonder what if Sia's gonna take some. He definitely needs a wicket here. He was a bit expensive in the first innings. Better economy from him today in the second innings. It's 194 for 9. One more wicket remaining from Western Province, leading by less than 100. This is great. Yeah, I mean, we can expect the Gbets Rocks to finish this game way before tea time, way
before the
before the
rain.
rain. Yeah, so I think that's gonna be. I think they all did some non-rain dances last night.
Absolutely. It's amazing how the weather app can say rain, but it's so beautiful here. I mean, there's a bit of cloud, but it's not rain clouds. So, oh,
And yeah, of course, the next match for the Gbets Rocks is against the DP World Lions and the Wanderers on the 14th of Feb. So on Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day.
And the Western Province are playing as well on Valentine's Day against the Dufferbed Warriors at St. George's Park.
Oh, St. George's Park. I love that. I love that ground.
It's such a beautiful. Yeah, it's also on one of my bucket lists to go visit
With the
that.
band.
Yes, a test match. You need to go out
Oh,
a test match there.
absolutely.
Bit of a sweep. Yeah, that was high up in there. I've lost track of the ball for a moment there. Jan van der Land just going after it. Only one run from that. 196 for 9.
Yeah, St. George's Park, everybody's saying, everybody loves that ground, but maybe you can do a bit of a road trip, hey? It's not, I mean, okay, it is a bit far from here, but a road trip would be really nice. James nodding his head in agreement around absolutely stunning road trip. But you got to go when it's a great test match, when it's
Yes. Oh,
again, that was really good.
he's got the gap there. Yeah, Australia test match at St. George's.
Oh my goodness. Now you're
Yeah,
saying standing high.
I'm getting my memories back from the 2018 test series. A lot of stuff happened in that series. It's absolutely wonderful. This past 4 days, really great cricket.
Mm.
And I still can't understand why people don't like this format of the game.
Yeah.
It's been edge of your seat type of
Yes,
stuff.
absolutely.
Really.
You just you don't know what's going to happen. You literally are at the edge of your seat. Literally, you and I think are at the edge,
Yes.
staring out the windows, trying to figure out what is going to happen. That's the beauty of cricket, the sport that we love. It's, it's a strange game. Things change quickly. Oh,
Bit of a shout there. And it seems like it was only Klaas Vertain and Huddersfield that had a shout there.
They're learning from India, I think, who shout after almost every ball. You're going to get some response eventually.
That's probably a tactic
It's a
from certain teams, getting into the umpire's head almost. Trying to see what you can get out of it.
Yeah, and I think if you sound sensitive as a batter, it would be it's quite off-putting when
Yes.
you have a chorus.
Oh, well done. That's 6 for Huddersfield in the second
It
innings.
was going for a six to run.
It's 196 all out here. Unbelievable stuff from the Gbets Rocks, and Huddersfield take a bow. 6 wickets in the second innings.
After
It's
just
amazing.
59 overs, they've managed to achieve this.
Just looking at the replay here on my monitor. Oh, that was a brilliant delivery from Hudders. So that's 6 for 53 runs after 18.2 overs bowled in the second innings.
Incredible.
Wow.
Not from the Western Province perspective, but definitely
So this is very interesting. I'm just trying to see what's the lead there.
74, they need 75 to win.
75 runs to win for the Gbets Rocks, and we're about 34 minutes to lunch.
So do you think they're going to come out straight away? They will
Yes.
definitely come out straight away. So Durant, do you think that they can achieve this just with their number 1 and number 2, or do you think it's going to take number 3 and number 4 to come on in?
So yeah, so I don't think so. I think the Rocks batsmen will be very eager to finish this match.
Yeah.
So I think there's gonna be some big hits. I definitely expect a wicket or two to fall before they reach the target.
Mm-hmm.
I really want Seattle Sale to open the batting now. For his 200th first class match, I just want him to get some runs. So the possibility of number 1 and 2, Peter and Janneman Boland, to go all the way without losing a wicket, there is a possibility for that. So it's going to be a bittersweet scenario for Seattle Sale if he won't be able to get a chance in the middle.
Lots of dust on that pitch. They are sweeping. Not as bad as it was yesterday, though.
No, but early this morning they had a sweep, and that was bad. Yeah, my hay fever just went through the roof
Shame.
when that happened. So yeah, because the umpires are going in. Yeah, I think they're going to come straight back out. 20 minutes or so. Yeah, 30 minutes till lunch. About if they get out there, it's about 7 to 8 overs they can face.
After yesterday, is this a scenario that you would have pictured in your head for today? Is this kind of something you thought we would be seeing on day 4?
No, not at all. No.
We didn't see this coming.
When Western Province came out to bat the second innings yesterday, I didn't think the wickets are going to fall at a rate that it did. I thought they're going to, at least by the start of play or by lunchtime on day 4, 2 wickets or 3 wickets would have been lost.
Yep.
Not all out for 196 with a 74 lead. That's
71. Sorry, my mistake. 71.
71.
Yeah.
So 72 needed to win.
Yeah.
Okay, so that
That changes it.
There's a couple of runs, yes. I think Justin Antoine, the coach of the Rocks, will be exceptionally pleased with his players here. But yeah, the big thing now is it will seem like an easy win for the Rocks. The last thing they must do now is go into the middle with that mentality. It's going to be an easy win.
Yes.
When we've seen it, I've seen that movie a million times in cricket, where a team thinks it's an easy win and wickets fall.
Absolutely. It's like the Titanic, you know?
Yeah.
The unsinkable, and it's just when you go out with that mentality. I mean, yeah, I've seen that movie as well, Titanic and the other movie, and it just doesn't. And you know, I see some spectators putting into the grounds. I didn't think they thought this would be happening today, because they're excited, pulling up under the shade of the trees. You can hear the claps down below in the shade of the stands, and I'm thinking, oh, we're gonna be in for a great day of cricket. Well, if you're wanting to be in for a great day of cricket, my suggestion is to get on down here now, because ultimately we probably don't have a full day ahead of us. And more people coming in with their cooler bags. I love this. Cooler boxes, pillows, camping chairs.
It is very nice to see
Come on, Dan.
the old Paarl faithful slowly but surely starting to enter the ground.
I love that, the old Paarl faithful.
The old Paarl faithful. That's the moniker that we
That
use
is
here as well.
always. Then we say the Newlands faithful, the Paarl faithful. Yeah.
The old Paarl faithful.
The
L
old-
apostrophe Paarl faithful.
You don't know. You could know those people, Duran. It could be the old faithful from long ago. That's why you're getting your binoculars out.
I think I did definitely seen them a couple of times there at Boland Park in the past couple of months.
And why not? I mean, such amazing cricket on display, and like we always say, there's no entrance fee. You just come on down. And grab a spot by Castle Corner or the Jacobs sign or
The Jacobs and
the Jacobs end.
there's two supporters there at the Jacobs side. They've been here since day one.
Really?
Especially
Done.
that supporter in the yellow underneath that tree. He's been also here since day one.
So he like
All
hasn't
day.
moved. He's been like in yellow since day one.
No,
hasn't
yeah, he had a change of clothing. I think he had a red shirt on yesterday, but no, he's been here from start of play day one till now. He hasn't.
Love it.
So it's very great to see people coming here enjoying some very good cricket.
As a player, you enjoy that, don't you? You want the support. I mean, maybe there's not going to be 20,000 people there, but you want the support as
Yeah,
well.
you want to have a look up around the ground and see there's a couple of people underneath the tree
Yeah.
enjoying their time, enjoying the cricket. It definitely helps with the confidence of the players.
Yeah.
It's not like the UK where first class game there will always be a lot of people. And I did
Yes.
had a chat with Sian van Sal on a podcast two weeks ago, a week ago, and he said it was something that kind of struck him. Playing in the UK, playing county cricket in Sussex, it's the amount of people that's always there.
Yeah.
And then coming back to South Africa, then seeing, okay, there's not a lot of people at a first class game.
Yeah.
I just,
It is the truth because even I go to a lot of the Newlands games because it's closer to my house and you
I-
just want to see more people, there. And a lot of families come, your family, if you're playing, comes down, and that's wonderful because that support really does do confidence to you, but just getting more people in to come and watch. And like you said, in the UK, of course, cricket is it's everything. So
it's almost a
everything.
religion for them. It's
Yeah,
almost
they're
like,
right there behind India.
yes, but also in Australia, you'll watch a Sheffield Shield match.
Mm,
There's also not a lot of people there.
yeah.
It only seems like England
Mm,
has got that culture of going out for the day watching first class cricket.
mm.
It's very weird.
Interesting, man.
Yeah, because I watched a Sheffield Shield match the other day that was played at the MCG, and there was really not a lot of people. It looked like a first class game being held in South Africa.
Yeah. What also, struck me was when I was watching the Proteas women playing in Pakistan. I don't know if you saw that series that they had going. I think it was September this year. And there
Yes,
was
yes.
just Pakistan are a great team. I mean, they've done a lot of development. They are growing still, of course, the Pakistan women's team, but they are really, coming up and a force to be reckoned with. And it was a very historical time because the South African women had never gone over to play there, and literally the stands they were empty, and they scheduled the matches to start in the evening because they knew that it was very hot as well. So they took
Yes.
that even into consideration, not just from players,
Yeah,
but
from the
from the
spectator
spectators.
side, yes.
And they were playing in a big stadium in Karachi, and it was like really a big stadium. I was thinking you could see thousands in there, but hardly anybody there.
That's
That's
disappointing when you
terrible
see
because
it. Yeah.
international cricket as well.
But that's why I like when I watched the ODI series now against Bangladesh, especially the last one. There was quite a few spectators there, a lot of
Yes.
families
Yes.
watching the cricket, and I think that's great. I really want the Protea women to have a couple of matches either in Newlands or here at Boland Park.
Come on,
Because I
Durant.
really want to.
Preach that word to
I
us
really
this
want
morning.
to. If anyone from CSA is listening, make that happen.
Please.
We really want to watch some Protea women games here.
And a lot
The
of
Western Cape.
families are here as well. And a lot of their families want to support, and a lot of them want to go down. When Western Province women play at Newlands, there's a lot of support, and so we want to, please CSA, bring the Proteas women out here. And I mean, I know that when they do, they want to take them to malls, and want to take them to places where people can meet them. But we've got malls here as well. We do have malls in
Yes,
Cape Town.
we've got
We have Cavendish Canal Walk. We have
Tiger Valley, we've got everything. And the game is growing in the Western Cape, the women's game.
Absolutely.
So definitely to have, because I think every single primary school and high school in the Paarl area has got a women's team, a girls' team.
That's
So
right.
bring it here. Go make it happen.
Make it happen. We're making it happen
I
today.
think we should march to Parliament.
We should do it with signs. Let's do it. And you know the thing about it is that there was a lot of support even from schools for the Women's World Cup that we were talking about yesterday,
Yes,
bringing the
yes.
schools out to the matches, kids being excited and supporting at schools. So we're making it happen.
The Women's
Please.
T20 World Cup was hosted Boland Park and Newlands.
Yes,
And it was, every game was packed.
absolutely.
Sold out. I mean, we saw the semi-final, we saw the final. A
Yes.
sold out match at Newlands for a women's
And did
T20.
you
It's
see
unbelievable.
when they made like 1,000 more tickets available, there was
Yes.
queues outside of Newlands.
I saw it and I said, no, I'm not
Making
gonna. As much as I love cricket, I hate queuing. So
Yeah, it's like home affairs.
Yes,
You know, you definitely don't want to be doing that on your day.
and I already had to go to Home Affairs late last year, so it was still fresh in my memory. Mm.
So the legendary rivalry between South Africa and India continues as the Proteas currently leading the Betway Test Series 1-0 after that victory in Centurion. Get your tickets now from Ticket Pro for the New Year's Test taking place at Newlands Cricket Stadium from the 3rd to the 7th of January 2024. That's next week. Day 1 and Day 2 already sold out, so don't miss out. Go now and get your tickets from Ticket Pros. And if you are wanting to engage with them on social media, hashtag Let's Go South Africa, hashtag Be Part of It, and hashtag Wazanawe. And we look forward to having you there at Newlands next week.
And I feel like James, after that readout,
Yeah.
day 3 could be, sold out by the time they even hear your voice. Day 1 and 2, it's
I hope so.
I do believe it's very close to being sold out.
it's going to be massive.
There we go. First ball of the Rocks batting innings, second innings for them. And it's Simmons. Let's go to speak to Milan. So, yes, okay. Peter and Janneman Milan. Opening up the batting. Oh, no. Bit of a misfield there. Just a lapse in concentration.
Yeah. And you can see how upset he is about that misfield.
So that's off the mark for the Gbets Rocks. 2 runs on the board, so 70 needed to win. And just an easy single for them.
And they're going to do this. I mean, they did this yesterday. Rotating, having patience.
Yeah, they're going to take their time.
Yeah.
Let's see what the weather report is at the moment, because that's also a very big parameter.
We need a jingle, then like a jingle.
Yes.
Time for the weather update with Duranfus.
So predicted start of a lot of rain is at 1:30.
Really?
So just after. Oh, that's out. He's gone. He's gone, and that's Janneman Milan. Out for a duck.
Yeah.
This is a brilliant delivery from Simmons. I had to look at the weather, so as soon as I looked up, I saw there was
And
something.
he didn't walk automatically off, he
Yeah.
kind of stood there. So you kind of thought, what happened here? Go on.
Oh, man. It's such a great delivery from Simmons. Really
Yeah.
caught Janneman Milan off guard there. And they just talked about it. They shouldn't go into the middle thinking it's going to be easy victory. And taking a shot or attempting to have a shot like that. Coming down the wicket a bit. What's now Janneman? So I think this is Stiaan van Zyl, the 200th capped.
So you got your wish here, him coming out into the middle,
Yes.
gonna get some runs.
And Carl Simmons doing the damage here, and
I think that's gonna give them a lot of hope at the moment.
yes.
That's a big wicket. That's Janneman Milan gone for a duck. Yeah, that changes everything almost, in my opinion.
It's cricket, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Never
a
over
funny
until
game.
that final run is scored and that ball is bowled. Dane Patterson was having a nice long conversation here with Simmons. Obviously, just going through what needs to happen here.
It's gonna be a heartbreak if Sam Patel gets out for a duck here, and I just said that, and now the commentator's curse looms over me. So yeah, yes, Simmons to Theon van Zyl for the last ball of the over.
Wicketkeeper tried to make some noise there, but there was nothing much
I think
happening.
it's too much like that. No. Let's hold on to our vocal cords for later.
Well,
3-4-1.
3-4-1.
Yeah, this is.
Duran trying to be unbiased this morning, but it's completely failing forward. But it's all right. Well, we love the fact that you're actually supporting your team and making it known. We love that.
It's some good competition in the commentary booth.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
Back and forth.
Absolutely. And I know you and James were having it back and forth yesterday, and I'm neutral, May the best person win. But as long as it's not the Rocks, I'm okay. Completely neutral.
It's like what James said, like it's ABBA, anyone but Australia.
Absolutely.
And here's Bird. Is it Bird? No, excuse me. Oh, and he just gets out of the way. Daniel Smith couldn't get to it. And that's 4 runs. So that's 7 on the board there for the Gbets Rocks.
Simmons tried to go for it here, but he was unfortunately not successful. Stop that boundary. But he bowled so much yesterday and the day before. I mean,
how many overs was it? It was nearly 50 overs.
47, I think it was.
47 overs that he. That's.
And his arms still look good from it doesn't look lopsided.
I think it's still the adrenaline. He's definitely going to feel it after.
Oh yeah.
After today.
A couple of ice baths, a line on your one side,
Just having a walkabout here, behind the boundary rope. Yeah, 7 for 1. And still the target 72.
There we go. Just left that one well alone.
He wanted nothing to do with that.
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. It always seems like Patterson wanted Peter Milan to have a go at it.
Yes.
But he said, come on.
Come on.
I'm giving you such an easy one.
Just for clarity on that, Carl Simmons, 51 overs, 11 maidens, 2 for 117.
Wow.
It's phenomenal bowling. Now, he should be very proud of himself, regardless of the result here today.
Yeah.
Peter just
Coming
walking a bit
down.
up the wicket there. This is going to be interesting back and forth between these two again.
Yeah, totally. And I'm thinking he's trying to show Patterson, I am here. I'm not really afraid of you, even though you got the swag and the bowl. You've got everything going for you. I'm not afraid. I'm gonna come out, gonna attack it.
It does look like Patterson is walking with a bit of
No,
attitude.
the man's got gait, so he's got the swag.
And here's Patterson to Peter Milan.
Oh,
That was a good delivery. Peter Milan just got a bit of bat to that ball. only a single. It's 8 runs on the board now for the Gbets Rocks, and it's Stiaan van Zyl now to have a go.
This is what you want to see, him getting off the mark, right?
Yeah, at least for his 200th. I mean,
Mm.
for any player that's got
It's a big
achieve
deal.
a milestone like
Yeah.
this, you want him to do good in that match.
Yeah.
And it was a heartbreak to see him go for a duck in the first innings. Only faced one delivery as of yet. Set to face his second now, and it's Patterson towards Stiaan van Zyl.
Oh.
Good action. It does look like both of the batters of the Rocks are trying to show Patterson, like, hey, we're not scared of you.
Yeah.
That was also like, there was a lot of attitude in
You
that
can
block from
see,
Stiaan.
you can see. That's what you want to see, though. This is a competition. It's a matchup, you know.
It's going to be Peter Malan now to face Simmons, and you immediately think back to that back and forth battle they had in the first innings, which was that
Yeah, we
as
go
well,
in.
edge of your seat type of stuff. Who's going to break first? Oh, good delivery from Simmons.
Absolutely.
Peter had nothing on that.
It's like you said, that mental thought mustn't be, this is easy. We're gonna do this quickly. Giving him nothing to work with there, you know. He's bowling so well. He's got that. I love that, you know, the hop that he had, that little extra. Oh, he tried it.
A bit of shouting there from Simmons.
And a stare with the umpire.
Looks like he just exchanged a couple of words there.
Yeah.
Bit of dark clouds starting to hover over Boland Park.
Again. Durant patching into the weather satellites up ahead. Just making sure the signal's working. Oh, bowling is incredible.
Yes, it's a bowl so many overs for so long, for almost 3 days, and still have
Oh,
the mentality to go out there and do precisely the same.
made an over from him. Again,
It just shows the mental strength and the fitness of
fitness.
Simmons.
Yeah.
But the mental strength is also a big one. I mean,
Yeah.
to bowl that many overs and not be exhausted mentally,
Yeah. And to know that
phenomenal.
you have, you're working with something that, you know, the total isn't high. So you as the bowler, you have to be really at the top of your game because you're working to get the team over the line, and they're defending a very low score. Here we go.
Another good delivery there
Another
from
one.
Simmons.
Patterson.
Patterson, excuse me. Sorry.
As James says, the tall athletic man on the other side. Jacob's End. And here's the matchup.
8 on the board for the Gbets Rocks with 1 wicket gone. Of course, that was Jan Milan out for a duck.
And Van Zyl yet to get off the mark, although he's faced quite a few deliveries, but Durant is positive, staying positive that this is going to work out. Oh.
Still nothing from that, just getting the ball away from his stumps. It does look like the Rocks are just going to take it slow. Just hoping to see out lunch, come back maybe, and then start to do the actual work.
Pap and sauce for lunch and And
Papa's
Papa's so and Boss need a little bit of protein.
And here's Patterson again. That's straight down the ground. What a great shot from Sian van Zyl. 4 runs all the way. And that's him off the mark in this match. 4 on the board for him. It's 12 runs on the board for the Gbets Rocks with the loss of 1 wicket. That was such a
It was.
clinical cricket shot
Yeah,
almost.
it
It's
was.
just flat back, straight down the ground. And it just shows you how unlucky that wicket was of his in the first innings.
Patterson standing there for quite a while, shining the ball, thinking, okay, you got the 4, but you're not going to get another 4 for me. Definitely not in this over. Thank you.
It's going to be interesting to see what type of delivery he's going to
Yeah.
bowl now.
We go. Oh, that was really good.
Yeah, that's scary. I wouldn't like to face that at all.
Good from a Western Province perspective.
2 more balls to go in this over. And only 4 runs off it thus far. Yeah, Patterson is taking his time to get back to his mark.
Yeah.
Really shining the ball as well.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, trying to frustrate the Rocks. Oh,
Ooh.
good delivery from Patterson. Yeah, it almost seems like they want to make the Rocks a bit more anxious with the threat of rain looming over.
Mm.
And always telling them, hey, you don't have a lot of time to get to your target, and we're going to make it very difficult for you.
It's actually quite a clever tactic. I mean, you said yesterday the Rocks keeping Western Province out in the field for a couple of days there. Good tactic.
Yes, it's
You
yeah,
gotta
it's
use your thinking,
calculated.
right? It's calculated. There's no rush, for Western Province here. So just taking their time. Here we go. That was a good one.
A good delivery, and that brings it into the over. It's 12 with a loss of 1 wicket.
Only 4 off that over. The rest dot balls, and that's what he was gonna go for.
Definitely.
Correcting what had happened there.
I think he will feel that boundary for a bit. Sorry, yeah, and we're just going to have a quick commentary change here in the booth. Welcome back, James.
Thank you very much. Durant, we've got 15 minutes before the lunch interval. It's been really great listening to Lauren and Durant and the oohs and ahs and the outstanding stuff here from the Rocks this morning. Simmons in to that Peter Milani just laps that around the corner. Beautiful shot from Milani. He's going to get 4 for that. That's a really good shot against the spin from Simmons, and he's going to get that down to the boundary. 16 for 1, and they're now needing 56 to win the Rocks. And Peter Milan playing exactly the type of innings we would expect him to play here. Struggled in the last over a little bit against Simmons, was beaten a couple of times outside the off stump, but he's really setting his stall here. He's already gone now past 100 runs in this match, 94 in the first innings. Really brilliant innings, and the partnership between him and Ngajima. That's played into the man at that silly mid-off position as he's trying to play it with the spin away into the offside. Valentine Katima taking the hit there on the leg. Well left.
They're really crowding around Peter here.
Well, I mean, the only way Western Province are going to win this match is to take wickets.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, or say win or come away with anything, or win or any points, win or a draw, is either have to crowd the batter and they have to get the wickets, or they have to invoke the weather gods to get the rain to come earlier.
I think I see some smoke signals there from the Western Province dressing room. trying to get the rain to come earlier.
I thought that was the Felt Fire, just on the back end of the Drakensberg Mountains. It's indeed, this is brilliant effort from the Rocks this morning, taking the last 6 wickets of Western Province for the addition of only another 54 runs from the overnight score. And if you have just joined us, the Rocks all over Western Province this morning, right from the second ball of Hardisfillion's first over, when he got Eddie Moore, he bowled him through the gate, middle and off stumps, knocked back. And from then onwards, it was wickets at regular intervals as they bowled Western Province out for 196. And so with the first innings deficit of 125, it meant 71 lead, 72 runs to win for the Rocks. And they're currently 16 for 1 after 5 overs. And the wicket to fall, Yaneman Malan, who, unfortunately for him, did not manage to score in this innings, only 2 in the first innings as well, of 7 deliveries. Not a great outing for Malan, but in the context of the team, they are heading towards what looks like a comprehensive victory. Too early to tell that yet, but you still feel that with only 56 to get, and with Patterson coming towards us now, looks like it should be a winning total for them, that 480 in the first innings, setting up what looks like it's going to be a victory for the Rocks in the local derby and bragging rights for another year in the 4-day game.
Yeah, I think the Rocks would definitely want that. It's been a while since they had bragging rights over the Western Province. Especially with that Wonder Cup loss earlier the year at Newlands. I think the Rocks definitely felt that.
They mustn't feel like they're the poor cousins. They most certainly are not. Oh, down the leg side, Van Sale trying to play that one away, and they've decided about 2 or 3 times whether they should take a run or not. They decided against it in the end, which I think is wise, because they were backwards and forwards there. There was a run there, definitely, right from the word go. Peter Malan not wanting to take any chances, it looks like, in the pursuit of this 72-run target to win. Western Province, who will be looking to take wickets, and they want to, if they can get amongst the Gbets Rocks batters, get in, maybe just create a little bit of panic. You just still feel that there's just not enough to defend in the 4th innings.
No, definitely. But I think, that wicket gave Western Province a brief glimmer of hope, almost.
Yeah.
Yaneman Malan is a very big wicket to get.
It is,
and it's difficult to get out. So with the way they dismissed him, I think they feel there is something in it for them.
Oh, that's just played with soft hands brilliantly through the gap between second slip and gully, and goes down to the boundary here to the left of us for 4. And that was a shot that was intentional from Van Sale, just guiding it down into the slip cordon, and he found the gap, and he goes on to 8. Both batters on 8 at the moment, 20 for the loss of 1 in the 6th over. Patterson has not looked, perhaps certainly hasn't looked as dangerous as Hardisfillion did, with the much older ball. Viljoen on fire this morning, ending with, I think it was 6 for 53 in that innings of Western Province. That's played very nicely by Van Sale out to the man at square leg. That is, I think it's Yassine Valley, or is that a substitute on the field? Let's have a look. That is, I think it is a substitute out on the field there. It looks like Omkonyaku is on the field. Not sure who he's on the field for. So it's Katima who's actually out there. It's interesting. So put there one of their better fielders out on the square leg boundary for Stian van Stel. They go through for a single, 21 for 1 in the 6th over. And it's 10 minutes till the luncheon interval. Oh, that's well taken by Smith.
Wow.
Going for that one outside the off stump. Smith takes it and takes the bails off in one motion. It's good wicket keeping, standing up to Dane Patterson. Not the easiest thing. Patterson, whilst he might not be express paced, he's certainly bowling in the 130s, and that is a good keeping from Daniel Smith. Just a bit of a false stroke there from Peter Malan, trying to play it through the offside.
I think he misjudged the type of delivery that Patterson bowled to him.
A little bit more bounce than he perhaps anticipated on that one outside the off stump. That one just played nicely to Hendricks at extra cover. There is a no run. So, yeah, it was Van Sale. Sorry, Van Sale, listen to me. Viljoen, just to give you those numbers again, in the second innings of Western Province, he bowled 18.2 overs, 2 maidens, 6 for 53. And to go with the 2 for 60 he took in the first innings, 8 for 113, the hardest Viljoen in the match. And he really has bowled incredibly well. The 34-year-old came steaming in from the old stables end this morning and did exactly what his captain would have wanted. Took 4 of the 6 wickets to fall. Sean von Berg taking the other 2. Both the left-handers, Simmons and Hendricks. Played the first ball, I think, that Stiaan van Zyl is facing against Carl Simmons. He's encircled by fielders. Shorter from Simmons, and that has been given the treatment to bounce backward square down to the boundary for 4. Good shot from Van Zyl. Not going to miss out there. He got that short one angled into him, and he's played it very, very well down to the boundary. And that's 25, the loss of 1. And they only need now, looking at 72, is the target. They need 47 to win, and 9 wickets in hand. And so we have got the field to Van Zyl. It is a slip, a forward, silly mid-off. There's a backward point and a mid-off on the offside. He's just not able to get hold of that one out of the rough outside the off stump. That is not as risky a shot because he's playing it with the spin, but still with the amount of spin on offer from that rough outside the off stump can be dangerous. Again, touched the man at mid-on. On the leg side, we've got a leg slip. A man at short, man at sort of forward short leg. There's a man at 45 on the leg side. It's almost a backward square. There's a mid wicket and a mid on. There's a go at that one. He's got hold of that one. And that's bounced about 5 or 6 times. Gone over the rope now at deep, wide-ish mid on. And that's another boundary off the Carl Simmons over. 29 for the loss of 1. Stiaan van Zyl is really giving it everything here to get this game over with as quickly as possible and make sure that the Rocks get a comprehensive win over Western Province. It will be a really, really good win for them. That first innings, they looked in all sorts of trouble. Oh, that one, I think, played into the man at short, silly mid-off there. And there is no further addition to the score. 29 for the loss of 1. After 7 overs, a bit more of an expensive over from Simmons there. 8 off it. The 2 boundaries from Van Zyl. Gurmi Malan facing up to Bjorn Hendricks as the captain brings himself on in place of Dane Patterson. And looking for a breakthrough here with the Rocks only needing 43 to win this match. 9 wickets in hand.
Very interesting. I don't think the Rocks would have started this last batting innings so fast in terms of the boundaries.
Yeah, I think Stiaan van Zyl has definitely taken it to them. He's on 17 now, 4 boundaries in that 17. Batting purposefully, if I can put it that way. Anything that's been there to hit, he's hit that bouncing up into the gloves of Malan, and he takes his bottom hand off the bat as it hits him on the gloves.
Bit of a knock there. Seems like it. Well, he looks fine.
Yeah,
not
he's
in discomfort.
just doing some gardening there. I'm not quite sure if what he just did with his bat had any effect at all, but probably helps him psychologically. You often wonder about the guys going gardening. Sometimes when there are divots in the pitch, try and level them out a bit. This pitch is is so hard that it would take a front end loader to put divots in it. I think it's that's beautifully played by Milan. It's down to the man on the boundary, John O'Bird. He does knock it on a little bit, but he's not going to prevent them coming back for two anyway, one feels. And back for the two, maybe an additional run there to Milan. But Bird going quickly to his left and fielding that one on the square leg boundary. The two men on the boundary, one at fine leg, one at square leg. There is a mid wicket, a mid on, mid off. Extra cover, backward point, gully, and a slip. It's Hendricks around the wicket to the right-handed Milan, and he flays that one that's short of a length over the man at mid-wicket. That's gone down to the boundary for four. Didn't feel like he perhaps got all of it. It wasn't a sweet sound coming off the bat, but it doesn't matter. It's gone down to the boundary, and it's all happening quite quickly here. 35 for the loss of one. We have got 4 minutes to the lunch break, and they will still take lunch at 12:10. Only at tea time, perhaps they would have delayed tea had they thought that there was going to be a hope of getting a result within the tea break or half an hour of the tea break. That's to come forward and play that nicely out into the offside. Kitima will chase it out into the cover region, and they come back for two. 37 for the loss of one.
Very good running between the wickets from Milan and Van Zyl.
35 to win for the Rocks. 37 for the loss of one. The only wicket to fall, Yaneman Milan. And this chase of only 72, set up by one can only describe as an outstanding spell of fast bowling from Huddersfield in the second innings. 6 for 53, 4 batsmen that he bowled. Oh my word, he nearly decapitated Bjorn Hendricks there, did Peter Milan. Captain getting out of the way. I didn't even hear them shout catch. It was so quick. Went straight past his head. Didn't even have his chance to get his hands up to that one. And he's going to go back to his mark, having been hit for 4. Forcefully down the ground. Great shot by Peter Milan.
That was a brilliant shot. But like you said, he almost decapitated Patterson there.
Hendricks, sorry. Hendricks.
Oh, Hendricks, excuse me. But
yeah,
that was a brilliant shot from him. Straight down the ground for another boundary. Is that 31 now that's needed?
31 needed, 41 for one. In the 8th over. Tries it again. That one not quite there to be hit, angling into him from around the stumps and from around the wicket by the left-handed fast bowler. And Western Province, I hate to say that they're perhaps going through the motions, but it does look a little bit like that at the moment. And it's going to be Carl Simmons coming on to bowl. Yes, so coming on. He's been bowling already in this innings. He's going to be coming on for his 5th over of the innings. He opened the bowling from the Niederberg end of the ground. He's bowled 4 overs, 1 for 15. He got the wicket of Yaneman Milan, very well caught by Eddie Moore at first slip. That was going very quickly to him, and he came into the chest, and he managed to grab hold of it at the second attempt. And he's going to be bowling to Stian van Zyl. There's a slip, silly mid-off, a man at forward short leg, and a leg slip to van Zyl. It's played beautifully through the covers. I think that's going to get to the boundary, is it? Or is Patterson going to be able to cut it off? Yeah, I think he is going to cut it off. Just slows down there, and he throws it back, pulls it back to Nabe, but not before, they've got back for 3. And good running between the wickets there by these two. For a moment there, Durant is speechless. He's just taking in the gravity of this event, that the Rocks are looking like they're going to achieve this victory against Western Province. Certainly didn't look like that at the end of day one.
No, I'm just going through all the stuff that happened in the previous 4 days now. Yeah, there were so many points that we can definitely talk about after the match. Oh, another great shot.
Very well played by Peter Malan.
Not
It's
gonna
going to
make
be cut off by Dane Patterson. He gets there now, but also not before they get back for three. Patterson being applauded by his teammates for chasing that one down. They really appreciate the effort, even though it may be in a losing cause here for Western Province. You just never give up on the cricket field. That's the attitude there from Dane Patterson.
It's like, yeah, to go back to what I said, there were so many moments in this match that could have changed the whole outcome. Small things.
Definitely. A couple of umpiring decisions, the drop catch from Carl Simmons off Aviwa Ngajima when he had 33. He went to score 105. The decision against Peter Malan that was given not out when the Western Province team seemed convinced that he'd actually hit that ball and was caught behind.
That was a very weird delivery from Simmons. Did I see it correctly?
You did. That's his arm ball.
Okay.
That's the one that he slings. That's his slinger-malinga type of delivery. It's
I see what. Yeah, it's just
surprise delivery, perhaps that he brings out.
it caught me off guard there for a moment.
I thought you were watching Sri Lanka playing.
Yeah, I couldn't understand what was going on. I thought I started to see stuff here. No, and I also think the wet ball saga
Yes.
was also something that played into the possible result we're going to see here today.
Certainly played into the heads of Western Province, and when something gets into your head, very difficult to get it out of your head. And they were very, very upset, particularly, it was on day 2 that we had that incident with the wet ball. And it was particularly the second new ball when it went into the water there in the trough on the leg side for the right hander. That gone all the way, has it? Has it just gone for 4? It's gone for 4. Peter Malan enjoying this short ball outside the.
Sorry, Lawrence got an update for us.
Sure. There's no lunch. Not having lunch. Okay.
Yeah,
Going to play all the way through. And
okay.
only 21 away from victory. So they are going to play all the way through.
Sorry, James, no
no,
lunch,
it's
no
fine.
pup, no sauce, no
pup,
gravy,
no sauce.
nothing.
That's
for you.
just,
Are we
terrible.
still getting something after this game? That's the question.
we just don't call it lunch. So they are going to play through here until the target is reached. 51 for 1. The 50 coming up there with that boundary by Peter Malan. And so the expectation here is that Western Province are going to take these last 9 wickets within the next sort of half an hour.
I've seen weirder stuff happening on a cricket field than that.
I don't think that's going to happen today. No, 21 to win, and Peter Malan is wanting to finish this quickly now for the Rocks, and there's 21 could be coming within the next couple of overs, and it's really been a pleasure being with you here with Durant Huissen here and the team from the Boland Cricket Union. Just to remind you again, this broadcast brought to you by Cricket South Africa on its YouTube channel. The visuals and production here courtesy of Pitch Vision with our producer Bandile and scorer. Oops. That's through by Peter Malan down to mid-off, and it's Eddie Moore doing his press-ups, which he often does on the field, the 10 press-ups that he does. I think that's why he's got number 10 on his back. So he keeps doing 10 press-ups. So just to give you the team here again, it's our producer, Bandile, Scott, who's on the roving camera, has done an outstanding job over the last 3 days and 1 session here in the blazing heat upstairs on the roof. And then Labiba, our scorer, that's straight through. He tries to play it forcibly into the leg side, just doesn't manage to get bat on ball there, Fun Sale. And here from our commentary team, the commentary brought to you courtesy of Cape Fox Productions. And this commentary team, myself, James King, Durant Huerson, and was Vincent Barnes we had here with us on the first 2 days, and Lauren Jacobs Bierkman here with us for both yesterday and today. Really been a privilege to bring this match to you as Björn Hendricks comes in towards us now. Has played beautifully in the gap, wide of the man at extra cover, goes down to the boundary for 4, and that means the total goes to 56-15 to win for the Rocks at the end of that Björn Hendricks over. And at 10 overs bowled, they're batting at a rate of 5.6 and over. It's all happening rather quickly here, as it has done most of the morning, as the Rocks bowling attack of Sean von Berg and Harris Viljoen ripped through the middle to lower order of the Western Province team, going from 142 for 4 overnight to 196 all out. Exactly what the Rocks would have wanted. And Durant Huerson, the man here from the Rocks, he's been having a fantastic morning here. Simmons coming in once again.
It's been a roller coaster of emotions these past 4 days, I must say. I think from both of us.
Yeah. Simmons in bowling to Peter Milani, tries to just lap that around the corner, bounces once before it gets to Mtiwakai Nabe at that short 45 position at fine leg. It's Simmons once again. And that's a bit shorter this time. That may go down to the boundary. I don't think so, actually. Nabe is going to cut that off. Patterson also chasing it. And that is going to come back. They're going to come back for 3. Nabe tossing it back to Patterson. Both had a good stretch of the legs there, chasing that one.
Yeah, definitely. Just doing some cardio work.
Definitely. 59 for the loss of 1. This match, we expect, will be over within the next 10 to 15 minutes. It's a pity because we've got a nice little crowd coming in here. It's a pity for the crowd. I wouldn't say it's not. It's been a fantastic match over the last 3 and a bit days. It's ebbed and flowed. It looked to me like it hit him outside the line of off stump. Was a big shout.
So a whole chorus setting up.
It was indeed. They certainly getting themselves ready for tomorrow's church service. If that's the case, it's male voice choir.
Yes.
Just having a look at it again in the monitor, and that, probably umpire thinking that's beautifully whipped away wristily off his pads by Stiaan van Zyl down to the boundary at square leg for 4, 63 for 1, 9 to win for the men from Paarl, and really has been a very professional performance from them. Just to remind you, as we will be ending this broadcast off reasonably shortly, Western Province scored 355 in their first innings of 84 overs. It was then the Rocks that came in, and they were 10 for 2 at one stage, and with 2 brilliant partnerships. That's played through the offside. I think that's going to go, I know Patterson will stop that before the boundary, and he picks it up now, tosses it in, but they've gone through for 3 this time, and that takes them to 66 for 1. That's one mighty shot away from a victory here by 9 wickets. And say 480 the Rocks scored in their first innings. 2 huge partnerships, one of 194 between Mgijima and Peter Malan, and whatever for the 3rd wicket, record for the Rocks, and the highest partnership for the 3rd wicket this season in the competition. And then 169 it was for the 6th wicket by Sean von Berg and Michael Copeland. Copeland going to his second 50. And in the process, Sean von Berg going to 5,000 first-class runs. And in this innings, it actually has been Stiaan van Zyl getting to 12,500 first-class runs, another milestone for him, as we're 5 runs away from victory here for the Rocks. 67 for the loss of 1. The only man out was Janneman Malan, who failed to score, caught by Moore off the bowling of Simmons. And it is going to be Captain Bjorn Hendricks who is going to potentially finish it off in this over. From a bowling point of view for Western Province, and from a batting point of view, Peter Malan. Hopefully Peter's going to go and get a single now and allow Stiaan van Zyl in his 200th first-class match to hit the winning runs.
To have the honours, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think it really matters to them, does it?
No.
But the win is the most important thing, to get that first win of the season. Oh, my word.
That
As
was
a
great
full
delivery.
go, and that one could so easily have knocked back the middle and leg stump.
Peter Malan just having a bit of a walk around.
I'm
Yeah,
sure-
that was
sure
an
he's
absolute
smiling.
brilliant delivery from Hendricks.
Wasn't quite as short as the ones have been previously that he has been able to play over mid-wicket for 4.
It's just, yeah, a very good performance. Yes, Hendricks again.
On angling in to the pads, and they have taken the single. Mo Valley does the fielding at mid-on, and there is just that one, 68 for loss of 1. Stiaan van Zyl on strike. As a reminder there, 4 to win. Van Zyl, as I said, in his 200th first-class match. Very disappointed to get a duck in the first innings, but now making up for that here with his captain, Peter Malan, and the man who's been battered, I'm sure has batted with him for many, many hours at the crease here in the Boland.
And this is set up to be a very poetic ending to the match.
He nearly gets him with that one. He does.
Yeah, he did got him. I wanted to say this now. Oh, my word.
I wonder why Hendricks was actually like strutting his stuff like that. He comes across to Stiaan van Zyl and shakes his hand in his 200th match. My goodness, I thought he just squared him up and he got an edge, and I heard the wood, but it was off the bat. My goodness, he has. He's knocked that.
Oh,
He's
it's a
knocked
great
that off
delivery.
back. Very similar to, in fact, exactly what he did in the first.
Precisely
innings.
the same.
Precisely
Yeah.
the same. It was like a carbon copy of the dismissal. So Stiaan van Zyl, there's going to be no fairy tale ending necessarily,
man.
but the fairy tale for him will be that he's actually got his team over the line here, 68 for 2. Bjorn Hendricks, that was very funny. Sorry we missed that there. And perhaps it is, in fact, in this game, perhaps it will be the correct ending as Stiaan van Zyl makes his way off the field, and he scored 31 of 28 deliveries. What a peach of a delivery from Bjorn Hendricks, and he will be thinking, why didn't I come on earlier? Bjorn Hendricks. So that Van Zyl then out for, I think it was 31 that he scored, and of I don't remember how many balls it was now, but 31 to Stiaan van Zyl. As I was saying, maybe it is poetic here, in fact, in this sense, that it's going to be Mgijima and Malan that may be taking the Rocks to victory. The pair that had the biggest impact one feels on the game with that partnership of 194 in the first innings of the Rocks, taking them from 10 for 2 to 204 for 3. And without that partnership, without the just gutsing it out on the first evening and on the second morning, this victory would not have been possible for the Rocks. That and Hardisvillian's heroics in the second innings with the ball, Von Berg and Copeland's heroics with the bat in the first innings. You just feel that this is perhaps a fitting end. Maybe Aviwe Mgijima getting the winning runs against his former team will be the way that it's going to end. He's Hendricks in now to him, and he just angles it down into the gap at third man. It's going to go down to the boundary here in front of us. It is being chased, but it's going to beat him to the rope, and it is the 4 that takes the Rocks to the victory. Mgijima hugging Peter Malan, and well, he might do. These two been instrumental in winning the match, and Aviwe Mgijima hits the winning runs for the Rocks. What an incredible victory for them, winning by 8 wickets and making sure that they will go off the bottom of the log in this 4-day series. Western Province will, I think, retain their position at number 5 or number 6 on the log. And while with 2 rounds to go. It's still all to play for at the top of the 4-day series, and two big matches for both of these teams. The Rocks away to the DP World Lions between the 14th and 17th of February, and then later in February they are at home to the Northwest Dragons. Western Province have got a trip to St George's Park to play the Dapperbet Warriors, and then for their last game, same weekend as the game happening here in Paarl, will be back at home against the Hollywood Bets Dolphins. So those are going to be four quite interesting games for the teams from the Cape. We will be hopefully back bringing the action to you. You certainly will be able to see it on the CSA YouTube page. The 4-day series recommences on the 14th of February after the end of the SA20. This is the last game in the first 5 rounds of the 4-day series. It's a win for the Rocks in the local derby. They take bragging rights for the next until the next season in the 4-day competition, and this has been a real privilege and a pleasure to bring this broadcast to you. Just a reminder to everybody that there's still plenty of cricket happening in and around the Western Cape and South Africa, particularly in the months to come. And at the moment, next week, the big one, the New Year's Test match here at Newlands between India and South Africa, the second match in the 2-match Betway Test series. South Africa taking a winning lead in that series, 1-0 at Centurion. They go into the second test with the opportunity to win the series 2-0 against India. And that match at Newlands next week from the 3rd of January. First 2 days are sold out. Please go onto the Ticket Pros website to get your tickets for days 3 through to days 5. Day 3 also virtually sold out for that match. It's going to be epic. It's going to be a real challenge there for India to come back, and just follow the hashtags there on social media. Hashtag come on South Africa, hashtag be part of it, and hashtag Wazanawe. And we would look forward to seeing you at Newlands next week. And hear from the team, that is the production team here from Pitch Vision, that's Bandile, cameraman Scott, scorer Labiba, and also from Sherry Lee, who was with us earlier in the week, and from the commentating team here at Boland Park, Lauren Jacobs Beekman, Vincent Barnes, Durant Huerson, and myself, James King. This commentary, as a reminder, being brought to you by Cape Fox Productions. We just urge you to please go and check out the websites and the YouTube pages of all three of the bodies involved in bringing this broadcast to you. It's been epic from us here, and we just would like to say thank you for all of you for joining us. We hope you enjoyed the commentary. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. We'll be back with you in the new year. So Happy New Year to all of you. All the best for 2024. We look forward to seeing you back on YouTube next year. Goodbye from us all.